Hi, everyone. I'm Frank Malika with Fox's KTVU in San Francisco's Bay Area. My guest, one is a student. She goes to UPenn, but she decided to take a little time off and explore the culinary arts at Le Cordon Bleu in France. She flew home in the midst of the coronavirus, hooked up with her sister, who just happened to graduate from Cal last year, and they came up with a great idea how to help restaurants that are going through a mighty tough time here in the Bay Area. Let's say hi to Mia and Lita Vandermeer out of Hillsborough, California. Ladies, good morning, good afternoon.
Hello. Good morning.
All right. Well, we've talked off camera a little bit about this, but this is very exciting. Tell us the genesis of Stay In, Cook Out campaign and this whole ebook, a recipe book that you guys are putting together.
Yeah, so Stay In, Cook Out is an ebook, and it is completely virtual, accessible online, contactless, and it features 24 different San Francisco restaurants, recipes from all these different chefs and restaurant owners, and you can purchase it online on the website, download it, have access to all of these different recipes, and 100% of the proceeds will go directly back to these restaurants at the end of every week. And we did this because we want these restaurants to get quick and consistent financial relief during these uncertain times.
Okay, you studied marketing and cognitive
science, yeah.
Okay, and you're what, economics, that kind of thing at UPenn?
Political science, but close.
Political science. You go over to France, and is that what inspired you to kind of put it together?
Yes, for sure, because I met a lot of restaurant owners and chefs from all over the world when I was in France. And when this global pandemic started kind of breaking to the news, they were just expressing to me like how worried they were about their own businesses. And so having that personal connection with these people kind of inspired me to find a way that we could help our local restaurant owners and our local community.
And so you two kind of put heads together and said, I've got a great idea. We can put a cookbook together with all these great recipes from all these great restaurants and hopefully raise some money. Has it been a daunting task? What's it been like, Lita, the last 4 weeks?
So when we were brainstorming ideas and Mia finally came up with this idea, it seemed like an easy idea, but we have never made a cookbook before. So we just started reaching out far and wide to all chefs, restaurant owners, business managers, basically anyone who would talk to us, asking for one recipe. And when we finally did get a response, our first recipe, that was about 3 weeks ago. We were like, okay, this is happening. Let's get going. And I have no background in design. I've taken like one Photoshop class as kind of an elective at Cal. So when Mia asked me to be the designer for all of the pages, it was a little bit of a daunting task, and we did not even step outside for a walk for probably 7 days straight, just heads down, working behind the computer. But it turned out to look pretty awesome, and we tried to kind of incorporate pops of color and kind of whimsical illustrations to kind of make it pretty upbeat and colorful in kind of these dark times.
That's awesome. Well, you got some pretty heavy hitters involved. You went straight for the big. I mean, Alice Waters out of Chez Panisse, Michael Mina. I mean, you guys didn't mess around. What kind of reaction did you get from them? Like, who are you guys, and what are you doing?
I think everyone right now is just looking for ways to give back to the community. And these chefs were so helpful and so on board from the start, which was so great to see, because what people often don't realize is a restaurant is so much more than just the meal that's served in front of you. It's the producers, farmers, suppliers. It's a huge part of our economy. And so when we came to them with this idea, I think everyone realizes like saving these restaurants is more than just being able to go and dine out with your friends again. It's really a huge part of our community right now.
And how does it work? It's an ebook. Do you keep adding recipes every week, every other week, or is it just, here are the recipes, there you go, let's make some money and move on?
So right now we have 25 recipes, and it is just one ebook called Stay and Cook Out. So you can go on our website and download it, check out. There's also an option to donate if you can just donate what you can at the moment. There has been talk of another ebook, maybe for bars, maybe in other cities, but for now it's just the 24 participating restaurants that we have.
And what I know it launched May the 4th.
Yeah.
And what kind of demand, what kind of reaction have you got?
Yeah, so actually we're really excited because this morning we just broke $10,000 raised. And so, yeah, we're super excited. Once again, that's being split by these 24 restaurants. But if we keep this up, we hope that this can be a huge success for them and give them what they deserve.
Yeah, honestly, our friends and family, thank you to them because they all really did their part and bought an ebook. And what's awesome to see is those people sending it out to their friends and family. And I've had a lot of random people say that they're sending it out to their whole companies. So yeah, the response has been awesome, and we're just hoping to keep the momentum going.
All right, I saw this in an article. Tartine's Bakery salted chocolate buckwheat cookies. Is that in there?
Oh, yeah.
Have you made them yet?
Yes.
Okay. How were they?
Oh my gosh, dangerous. We just stop. And I have friends that are texting me oh, can we make these on Saturday? I'm like, no more. I've made so many batches, but yeah, they're awesome.
I'll be darned. And some of these recipes, I mean, people don't give up the goods, especially you've gone into some pretty shishi restaurants and they have said, here's our recipe for this. So that's pretty cool, I would imagine.
Yeah, super cool.
It's awesome.
Fun to read them and fun to make them, and I think everyone's going to really enjoy it.
And what's been so nice is her experience in culinary school, helping to kind of break down what each recipe is saying, because some of these recipes are from top chefs that kind of send them with these culinary lingo that I do not understand. So her expertise and background to make them more readable and digestible to just the average person has been awesome.
So there's a learning curve there a little bit, huh?
Definitely.
Well, can you share some of the others? What are some of the other recipes in the book, just top of your head?
Yeah, so from No Palito, we have quesadillas con repollo de Bruselas, which is Brussels sprout quesadillas, and they are so delicious. And then we have carnitas tacos from school night, which I also recommend, and that recipe is really funny. She has her own wit thrown in there, so it's a good read.
Fiorella's meatballs.
Oh yeah,
divine.
Nono's meatballs, very good. And then we also have a vegan chocolate cake. I've gotten a few asked for vegan, vegetarian recipes, and we have them in there. If that's your concern, we have you covered, don't worry.
Awesome. And how much is the book if people are interested? And how do you get it if you'd like it?
Yeah, so right now you can just go to the website, stayinCookout.com, and the book is selling for $30. Once again, all of the proceeds go back to the restaurants. And also at checkout, you can choose the option to donate. We have a few donation options for you to add to your cart.
And does that go to the restaurants to help out their servers and all the people affected, not to mention the restaurant owners who have been locked out?
Yeah, so we're distributing it directly to the restaurants, and they are using it how they see fit during these times. So whether that's keeping their employees with them or keeping their producers with jobs, just keeping their restaurant doors open, it's however they see fit.
And how are you marketing it other than talking to me, of course?
Yeah, so we've really started reaching out to all of our friends and family. We're reaching out to people through Instagram. We're trying to build up our campaign on that way because we find that to be the best way to reach kind of a global audience. And
yeah, there's a lot of local, San Francisco influencers who have been so helpful in promoting our message, and they have a really broad reach. Yeah, I think a lot of social media marketing.
Yeah, the SF Chronicle also posted an article about the launch, and that was super helpful, just getting the word out there to as many people as possible.
Have you guys surprised yourselves? I mean, a month or two ago, you're cooking in France, and you're here in the Bay Area. Voila, you guys are now publishing an ebook and helping out some people in need.
Yeah, it's definitely surprising, but we can all help people in our community in some way, and I think it's just putting the time in and just the thought in to do it, we can all make it happen. So we're super excited that this is what the outcome has been.
Yeah. How about your parents? What's the reaction? I imagine you've been cooking and working and you're isolating and all that stuff. They must be proud.
They've been so supportive. Yeah, our mom has been so supportive in our whole, basically, yeah, working at her house, helping keep groceries on the shelves here. But yeah, they're really supportive and proud of us. So.
Yeah. Besides the cookies, have you made any of the other recipes?
Oh yeah, we've made them all.
Okay. You got to do the taste test before.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to test to see if the recipe actually makes sense, like if people can recreate them, So yeah, we've gone through all.
It's been a good experience.
Yeah.
Very good. Mayo, can you talk a little bit about your experience kind of pre-coronavirus when it started to kind of break in France? What was that like? And I know you got home pretty quick once things started breaking there.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually got on one of the last flights home because I was just trying to finish up my diploma there. And so literally on the loudspeaker on my flight here, the pilot was saying, this is probably our last flight across the Atlantic for a long time. And that was just kind of jarring because I made so many friends there, so many connections, and it was just people that I probably wouldn't see for, well, it's unclear right now. So we'll see. But yeah, when I was in France and the news started breaking, it was really interesting because I was seeing it more on like a global level. I feel like here a lot of people are focused on the spread in the US, but there I was seeing it in France and Italy, like a neighboring country. And yeah, it was just, I think everyone is handling it the best they can and no one really knows exactly what to do in the situation. So you just have to go day by day. But I think everyone in the world is reacting a similar way and just hunkering down, waiting it out, and just listening to the health experts.
Are you guys, I know you've had this to work on it, but are you going a little nuts in isolation? I mean, you're fresh from France and you recently graduated. I imagine being cooped up into the house and being told you can't do things has been tough.
Yeah, it's been a challenge, but we've tried to make an effort because we're all kind of sheltering in place at our mom's to kind of plan like Cinco de Mayo night, or we planned like a black tie, like fancy night. So we're trying to keep it fresh. But yeah, this project has definitely made it all worth it, I guess.
Absolutely.
But yeah, hoping for these times to pass soon.
Talk about your generation because things are going to be a little different. The way we greet people, the way we eat in restaurants, if you go to a concert. I know California is beginning to let people back into business. Restaurants, there no more buffets, no more salad bars. Instead of salt and pepper on your table, there may be hand sanitizer. Your waiter may have a mask on. And this may be the new norm for your generation for a lot of years. Just your reaction to that. Well, why don't you start, Mia? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be strange. I guess the beauty of it is that we're all in it together. So luckily, we're all going to have to just adapt as best as we can. And I think just not forgetting like a community as people. And if we can come together and we have to make these certain changes, then that is what we have to do. And I think it's going to be adjustment for everyone. And I think a lot of the restaurants right now are trying really hard to figure that out. And that was one of the issues with, I think, we didn't want to bother them during this process when they were totally revamping their style of how to run business. And so we just tried to make this as simple as possible for them. And we can do the same by showing up when they do reopen and adapting quickly to these changes.
Right. How about you, Lita?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything Mia is saying. I think my generation, I think the generation I feel maybe bad for right now are people in school who can't go back to school. I know that's really hard and trying to figure out what it's going to look like in the future. I think a lot of my friends work in industries where working from home is pretty easy to do. But I think what's important is to kind of look at the industries that you can't work at home from and try to support those industries and communities. But yeah, I think our generation is hopefully focused on, helping the broader community and not just thinking about when we're going to get back out to bars and whatnot.
Well, it's pretty obvious you two are on the forefront when it comes to that. It is the Stay and Cook Out campaign. Stay and Cook Out. There we go. Sorry about that. One last time, if I want to get a copy of that, what do I do?
Go to www.stayandcookout.com and the book will be right there. Put it in your cart, maybe add a donation if you can, and check out.
All right. Well, I hope you guys raise a lot of money. Really appreciate you sharing, and job well done, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. I'm Frank Malicote with KTVU Fox here in the Bay Area. We'll send it back to you.